What's happening, family? Just coming back once again, trying to get this video devotion thing lined up. Didn't work for me last week, but it's all good. This week we're going to look at Ecclesiastes 4 and 10. You know, the Bible says with two are better than one because you get a good return on your work. So if that one falls, he has somebody to pick him up. But pity or woe to man who has no one to pick him up. So, you know, this verse clearly kind of identifies that there really is no I in team when you really think about it. You know, when you look at this thing from a perspective of individual or self-perspective, family perspective, team perspective, you know, at the end of the day, what it really says is it's difficult for you to be able to do anything just by yourself. You know, you really need to have somebody there to help push you along the way. You know, you need that ride or die who's going to be there with you no matter what, help you get through whatever it is that you're dealing with. You know, whenever you're facing a challenge or some difficult moment, it's always easier, it's always better to be able to deal with whatever that is when you have somebody in your corner, when you got somebody that'll support you. You know, even when it comes to the team perspective, you know, you had a rough game, you know, maybe you, like I said, you've been through it before, you're recovering from injury, going through rehab, you know, whatever the case may be, and you got somebody there kind of like your cheerleader, they supporting you. You know, they're letting you know, man, you can do it, we got you. You know, they're encouraging you along the way. It makes that a lot better. You know, I think about Peter and the disciples when they was in that boat and they saw Jesus walking on water. You know, Peter cried out to the Lord and said, hey, ask me to come to you. And he did. So Peter got out the boat and he immediately started walking on water. So that was simple faith right there. Simple faith. He didn't think about anything else. He was focused on God. Simple faith. But then the water started getting rough. You know, the wind started picking up. And so he knew it was a storm coming. So he lost his focus. So he took his eyes off of God. He took his focus off of what he was supposed to be doing, the end goal. And he lost it and he began to sink. You know, the sad indictment in that story is the fact that none of the disciples encouraged him. None of them were there to help pick him up, lift him up, and get him back where he needed to be. But see, he also had another thing. It was simple trust. You know, he trusted God. And so he lifted his hands up and said, Lord, help me. Because he knew that he would. And rightfully so. Jesus Christ took his hand out, pulled him up, and saved him. And they both got back in the boat. Now, he did tell him, man, you had little faith, man. You know, because you lost your focus. Whenever you lose your focus off God, you will begin to sink. And so that's simply, you know, kind of what you're looking at here in this particular text. But he had simple faith and simple trust, and you're going to have the same, not just in yourself, but, you know, in your teammates. You know, more importantly, God. You got to have simple faith, simple trust, because with him, you can do all things. And the truth of the matter is, with God, you're never by yourself. He said he'll be with you even until the end. So that's a ride or die if no other, really. But, you know, when you think about it, you know, you might be in a situation with your team. You might be down. We're talking about fourth quarter, two minutes left. You got to put on this drive to win the game. And, you know, y'all need each other. Y'all got to support each other to press through it no matter what. And so this two is better than one. It's ideal. And it's ideal because you always have somebody there to support you. Somebody there to help keep you going, to encourage you, to strengthen you. And that's what you need. More importantly, don't forget ever, you always have God no matter what. However, it's good to physically have somebody there to be there with you, to encourage you along the way while you're trying to press through. So keep that in mind as you go through this week, prepare for this game, and we'll talk next week. Minister Watson, God bless.